I'm Kristina Sandstrom from University of West Sweden, and today I'm going to talk about something that could be, why on heaven's earth is she talking about this here? But hopefully in the end I will sum it up good enough so you can see why and how this is important for this conference. Because what I'm going to talk about is cooperative education and work integrated learning. And we do have a former co-op student here, so hopefully if I'm going completely wrong, you need to help me out and say, okay, here we need to focus and go back to track. But hopefully we can see together that this is something that we have a possibility in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present to you the behind things for why do we send out our students in the real world? Why do we do that? Is there a reason? Is there a reason for us as educators? Is there a reason for the students? Is there even a reason for the companies? So, there we have it. Small background. No. Or we can use this one, I guess. So there we go. I will do perfectly fine with that as well. I'm old-fashioned. Yep. So short background. Work integrated learning is the profile of University West. So we have been doing this for the past 26 years since we started the university. It has been an important way for us as a young university to make a ground to stand from. We also are commissioned by the government to actually do research upon cooperative education, work integrated learning, and see what are the benefits, can we create new models, and all these kind of things. So why do we do co-op? Why do we do work integrated learning? When the students enter the university, this is all the courses they will meet. There are, in engineering, there can be math, there can be sustainability, there can be everything. You have all the courses. And hopefully, when they graduate, we have created something that sticks together. They have understood why they read math. They understood why they read all the courses they do. It's not only because some of the teachers said, this is a fun course, there is a reason to it. It makes sense. But what do we do when we do co-op and work integrated learning is that we add muscles to the skeleton. That's what we do. We give the students during their education possibility to use their knowledge already within their studies. So co-op as a model has the idea that it should enhance the students' learning. That's why you do it. That's why you start at all doing co-op. And the important connection between the student and the company and the university is something that we really see has an impact on how the students behave, how they behave in the classroom, retention, and a lot of other things that we will come back to a little later. So when we talk about it from the students' perspective, we say that, oh, there are so many good things with doing co-op. We know that, oh, they can lower their student loan, for example. They have much better understanding, their retention, and all these kind of things. We know that we make their comfort zone grow because we can see that. I had one co-op student. She was completely terrified. She was in mechanical engineering. She was going out and she was, I'm going to lose an arm, perhaps. I'm going to get stuck in something and it will drop off. It didn't. But what happened is, at that company she went to, she actually saw that what they were doing was completely wrong. So she said, you should not lift those things that way you do. You should need something else to do it. So she actually changed the way they worked. So she really grew during her experience at the company. From the company and the co-production from the university side, we can see that we get feedback directly. The students come back and say, oh my God, that is not what's going on outside. You need to refocus and rethink what you're actually doing. So this is important for you. And we also see that the students, they will have the possibility to get a job and all these things that are traditional facts. So, if we say that we knew all these things, why do we need to do anything more? then everything is hunky-dory, isn't it? Everything is fine, students are happy, company are happy, university is happy. Everything is good and well. Well, we wouldn't be a university if we didn't try at least to problematize the things. We need to have answers. So what we did was we went out and we did a survey to the companies, to the students, and then following up is also doing equally formative research with our teachers, with the faculty members. So we have all parties involved in this. So we had a web-based questionnaire, and we distributed it to our companies, and we got in actually more than I expected. I think we in the end had 14 companies that answered, and it was open questions, so we wanted them to actually write what they felt and how they understood. Then we also sent out a question to the students, and they had both open response and multiple choice, because we wanted them to actually answer on the things we wanted to know, so it wouldn't be completely all over the place. So a few of the questions to the company was, why do you choose Co-op? What was the core reason? What is the added value for your company? And a lot of other things. And I move on a bit because the answers is more interesting than the questions, I guess. And the questions to the students was trying to mirror the questions we sent out to the companies, because we wanted to see, is there a correlation between how the student understand what's going on when they're doing Co-op and the companies, what they understand going on. Because we believe a lot of things, but as a university, and we need to know, we need to have proof that it's actually happening, at least what we think happening. So the findings from the company's answer were really interesting, because it was like, oh my God, if I could have wished for these answers, they really was there. And there were many things, but the most striking things is that they said, I would say that more than, I think, 90% of the companies answered, the students, make us reflect upon our own methods. They make us think, what is going on? Why are we doing this? Because they come in with new and fresh knowledge. They see things from the outside. And they make us try to see, we can't just go on like we always did, because that's how we did it. So this is really something. But also the closeness to a regional university. This is important for most companies. It's not only something that is happening over there. They want students and a company and a university contact that is close by. So all of these things were really interesting. So we asked the students, and when we asked them, we wanted to know, what is it you as a student contribute with? And now this is more or less Google Translate from the Swedish answers, so take it for what it is. But one student said, I have fresh knowledge and can questioning the things the company has done for a long time and give them feedback. And in the beginning it was a lot to learn, but after a few weeks you are on a similar level as the other employees. And this is the important part. You are not only a student participating, you are actually one in the team. And that is what makes it really special. It's not like you just go out and be there for a short while and then disappear. You are there for a longer period. And I forgot to mention that in the beginning, but when you do Co-op, the idea is that you're actually out for longer periods during your entire education, which means that our student at least has at least 40 weeks of work-life experience when they're done. Most of the time they have more because they work during summers and other things. So at least 40 weeks, which means it's actually one working year of life experience, work-life experience, when they come back to or come out to after graduate. So this correlates quite well with what a companies felt. That's good. The other answer is, I have been treated like a real employee. So especially in my second co-op period. With my own tasks, I had my own tasks and a lot of responsibility. I could therefore easily unload the workload for my colleagues. Then I also believe that as a co-op student, I can ask different types of questions and thoughts that make the employees really think what is it they do and why, and they need to explain it for me. So they see this and they feel that they are contributing. And I think this is one of the core things that the student have when they come back. They have not only been an observer, they are actually there and doing something. The other thing was that we asked the students, why do you choose co-op? So we asked, what was the main reason before you started co-op? Why did you choose co-op? And most of them said, because I want a job after I'm finished. When I graduate, I want to have a job. The interesting thing is, when we asked the added value after they had been doing co-op, they said, I have a better understanding for the role as an engineer. So there is a meta level here, which we never can learn the students inside the classroom, because we can never really learn them how to be a student, or sorry, an employee, or be an engineer in the classroom. But when they go out, they really get it. And this is what the added value is. And this increase after second work period, it's even more that say this is the added value that I never thought of before. I didn't have the understanding before I started. Because you work and you do all these things, and that's what really makes it good. So there are so many good findings in this data that we have. And I'm leaving the report next upcoming 2 months here, so hopefully I can come back to you and give you even more data on what we found, because this is interesting, and also when we have the faculty members answer, it will be even more interesting, I can say. So the conclusion so far is that participating in co-op creates the knowledge transfer, because that's what we see. That's what both the companies and the students answer. There is some kind of transfer going on between the students and the company and the university. So it's not ending at the student or at the company. And then it becomes a part of lifelong learning, because you actually can see that there is a good circle going around here. I would say that the length of the model is crucial here. Just going out for a couple of days or doing drop down in reality for a few days, yes, that's good. It can be perfectly fine, but to actually create this understanding of what it is to be an engineer, for example, or whatever profession we're talking about, you need to spend a longer time, and you need to alternate it. You need to sandwich it between courses and real life experience. Then that's when it happens. What the challenges are is, I think the university can actually reach out even more to the companies when it helps, when it comes to how can we proceed in the cooperation. What can we do more? A few of the companies we asked that I know we do research with actually didn't answer that we had research going on together. It can depend on the person that answered the question, of course, or the questionnaire, but still a really huge company with a lot of research going on with us, and the person answering the questionnaire had no clue there was research cooperation going on. I think we can do better there, because you need to have it all together. And the next challenge, I mean, I'm also from engineering. I have background in mechanical engineering. What we can do better, and what we have seen, especially from the project we've been participating, is we can reach out to the more non-traditional companies and organizations. There is something we need to work more with. We don't need to go to car producers or airplanes or aerospace or something like that. The first things you think of when you start talking about engineering companies. So that's our challenge. That's where we need to improve, and that's where we can do a lot more work. So, thank you. And hopefully it gave you a small insight on what we're doing and why we're doing it.